Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jillian Gray with your JCN News for this Wednesday, February 28th. Well, it was these two traffic fatalities that prompted a meeting this afternoon. ACP Kendall Strawn gave statistics during the press conference at police headquarters.
Out of the incidents which has occurred thus far for 2018, we recorded some 11 of these incidents taking place here in New Providence, 2 in Grand Bahama, 1 on the island of Abaco, 1 on the island of Eleuthera. The breakdowns are as follows. There were 13 males who have thus far lost their lives for the year, along with 2 females. What we have found that in these incidents, the majority of which, at least 74%, have occurred between the hours of 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. the following morning.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force strongly advises people who exercise early in the morning or in the evening when it is darker to please wear light-colored clothing and stay on the sidewalk instead of using the road.
Our attempts is to try to save the next person. Pay attention while you're driving. Pedestrians, pay attention. Joggers, pay attention. Those who are just leisurely walking, pay attention, because the life that you save can be that of your very own.
Traffic fatalities have increased this year compared to last year. Tragedy threefold over the past several hours here in New Providence as police probe the circumstances of a homicide and 2 traffic fatalities. From all reports, a couple arrived at their Seymour Street Yellow Elder Gardens home just before 11 last night when 2 gunmen shot Glenn Smith before running away. Smith died there on the scene. The hunt is on for his killer. Earlier that same day, investigations were called to another traffic fatality, the second for the week. Police tell us an elderly man was walking along Cowpen Road after 6 p.m. when he was struck by a vehicle. The victim was rushed to hospital with serious injuries but died a short time later. At last report, the driver was assisting police with the investigations. Fast forward to just after 5 this morning, and another pedestrian was struck and killed after a woman walking along West Bay Street in the vicinity of Quality Markets was hit by a white vehicle with an SD plate attached. Efforts to revive her were unsuccessful. Investigations are active. In a separate incident, police recovered an illegal firearm after searching the bleachers of a basketball court off Yamacraw Road. There, they found a .45 pistol. No arrests were made. It was another delay in the Frank Smith extortion trial, pushing the high-profile case to resume in 3 months. Our Lissy Bastian was in court for us and has the details in this report.
Citing prosecutorial misconduct, it was really the defense's intention to have Frank Smith's extortion case dismissed. This after learning that it would take at least 2 weeks for the prosecution to get its hands on documents from several banks. This coupled with the argument that prior to the trial's 6-week adjournment, prosecutor Anthony Delaney told the court that the police had turned over all relevant documents to the prosecution, who in turn handed it to the defense. In fact, according to lead defense attorney K.D. Knight QC, the defense just Tuesday night received a police report dated February 26, 2018. That report indicated that virtual complainant Barbara Hanna had given the police certain information. QC Knight argued that he did not wish to proceed without the relevant documents. He slammed the investigation as shoddy, sinister, and outrageous, leading to his request to have the case dismissed. But in the government's defense, its lead attorney Edward Jenkins QC argued that Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt could not grant a dismissal and suggested that in order for this to happen, the defense would have to apply to the Supreme Court. He instead asked that the matter be stayed in order to have the relevant documents to be in hand. After much back and forth, Chief Magistrate Ferguson Pratt denied the dismissal, stating that the application for discharge was premature. She further noted that she had concerns about information being provided by the prosecution 6 months later, matters pertaining to the very root that are just being brought to the surface. The trial was adjourned to May 14th through 18th. For JCN News, I'm Lissy Bastian.
Another 7 migrants released following a Supreme Court judge's ruling. Justice Gregory Hilton has determined that Vernette Mokombe, Michelant Marilyn, Janera John Tenord, her daughter Gemma Joseph, and Kadisha Brent John and her daughter Sharita John be freed as their detentions were unlawful. The group was being detained at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. However, in this ruling, the judge ordered that they be released unconditionally and costs granted to the applicants be taxed if not agreed. In the case of Malant, the judge ruled that the applicant would not be entitled to costs as the proceedings should have ended after he had been released. The applicants for habeas corpus filed by noted Queen's Counsel Fred Smith were among some 15 separate cases in which the government has been asked to prove the lawfulness of the applicant's arrest and further detention at the Carmichael Road Detention Center. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.